The Young and the Restless spoilers a new era of intrigue at Abbott Mansion. The latest revelations in The Young and the Restless have once again reminded viewers that in Genoa City, nothing is ever as it seems. The charismatic yet devious Martin Laurent, portrayed as a master of deceit and an embodiment of unchecked arrogance, has stirred the pot with actions that leave a trail of both admiration and suspicion. His decision to accept Jack Abbott's enticing offer to return to his roots in Genoa City, Wisconsin, is not just a homecoming, it's a bold, even reckless, proclamation of his own self-importance. Every move he makes is laced with the pride of a man who believes he is destined for greatness, no matter the cost. Martin Laurent's audacious return. Martin Laurent, whose reputation for cunning manipulation precedes him, has long been known as a man who uses charm and deceit as his primary weapons. His recent choice to return to Genoa City under Jack Abbott's offer has only deepened the layers of complexity surrounding his character. By coming back, Martin signals that he is ready to play in the big leagues once more, ready to leverage his network, his influence, and his notorious penchant for dramatic flair. This return is far from a quiet retreat, it's a declaration of ambition wrapped in arrogance, a move that both excites and alarms those who know the true cost of his manipulations. Family tensions and unyielding decisions. In the midst of these high-stakes maneuvers, familial loyalties and personal ambitions collide. Jack Abbott, the patriarch whose decisions often set the course for Genoa City's future, has taken a hardline stance that underscores his deep concern for keeping the family's legacy intact. Jack's decision to deny his own sister the opportunity to fly off to Paris, France, isn't simply an act of control. It's a reflection of his inner turmoil and his determination to protect the family's reputation. The ever-calculating Chancellor even confided in Traci Abbott that Jack's own temptations, his insatiable drive for success and power, might be the very catalyst that sets this unfolding drama into motion. A wedding at the renovated Abbott Mansion. Amid the personal and professional power plays, a major event looms on the horizon. Martin Laurent is preparing to fly to Genoa City with plans to marry his fiancée at the newly renovated Abbott Mansion. The wedding, meticulously planned and set against the backdrop of the iconic estate, promises to be an event of both beauty and underlying darkness. Standing by Martin's side is Traci Abbott, a woman whose heart still clings to the hope that Alain Laurent, the man she once loved, might one day reclaim the role of her true partner. Yet as the storyline deepens, every sign points toward a plot with far more sinister undertones than a simple reunion of former flames. The Abbott Mansion, a character in its own right, is receiving a fresh update that holds significant meaning for the longtime audience. It is an unusual twist when Diane Jenkins Abbott, a stalwart figure with a storied past, begins discussing sweeping changes to the mansion's interior. This comes on the heels of Victor Newman's similarly inspired project, the construction of a sprawling ranch-style home that has sparked joy and nostalgia among loyal fans. Such changes are not made lightly in a world where every detail has been meticulously crafted over decades. The legacy of Genoa City's iconic setting for generations, the living spaces within the Abbott Mansion have remained almost untouched, a steadfast reminder of the family's enduring legacy. The living room, the sweeping staircase, and the formal dining area of the mansion have all been preserved exactly as they were when they first captured the imagination of viewers decades ago. These settings are not merely backdrops, they are symbols of continuity and heritage in a show built on the deep, unbreakable bond between its audience, the characters, and the very locations that have become synonymous with family history and intrigue. Jack Abbott, who has never hesitated to voice his strong opinions, especially to his wife, has traditionally maintained a rigid stance on preserving this iconic environment. Yet now, with the impending wedding at the updated Abbott Mansion, fans are witnessing a significant moment of transformation. The renovation is not a random decision but a deliberate nod to both modern sensibilities and the timeless appeal of Genoa City's storied past. The meticulous preparations for the wedding are a subtle acknowledgement that while the mansion's history remains revered, change is an inevitable force that even the most cherished traditions must sometimes embrace. The interplay of ambition and tradition. In many ways, the unfolding drama is a study in contrasts, the collision of ambition and tradition, of the modern thirst for power and the enduring weight of legacy. Martin Lawrence's audacious return and his plans to wed at the Abbott mansion represent more than a personal milestone. They are emblematic of a larger narrative. His return is laced with both promise and peril, a reminder that in Genoa City, the line between triumph and downfall is razor-thin. Traci Abbott's inner conflict adds another layer to this complex tapestry. Her lingering feelings for Alain Laurent, juxtaposed against the backdrop of Martin's calculated moves, hint at a storyline that is anything but straightforward. Every decision made by the characters now seems imbued with double meanings and hidden agendas. The planned wedding, while ostensibly a celebration of love and unity, carries the weight of looming betrayal and the dark promise of power struggles yet to come. Fan loyalty and the evolution of storytelling. The world of The Young and the Restless has always thrived on the unyielding loyalty of its viewers, a loyalty that has been nurtured by a delicate interplay of character development, iconic settings, and intricate plotlines. The careful crafting of relationships between audience and character, actor and location, has become one of the show's most celebrated attributes. As longtime fans catch glimpses of familiar hallmarks, the unchanged elegance of the Abbott mansion, the ever-present tension in family dynamics, they are reminded of why they fell in love with the series in the first place. This new chapter, with its blend of audacious returns, forbidden flights, and the symbolic transformation of a beloved estate, is poised to deepen that connection. The narrative is evolving, yet it retains the hallmarks that have made it a staple in television history. With every carefully chosen detail, from Jack's refusal to let his sister escape to Paris, to the subtle yet significant changes within the Abbott mansion, viewers are given both comfort and familiarity and a tantalizing glimpse of what the future might hold. A wedding is the catalyst for change. As the countdown to the wedding begins, every resident of Genoa City seems to feel the weight of anticipation and uncertainty. Martin Lawrence's arrival and the planned nuptials are more than just personal milestones. They are catalysts that promise to reshape the power dynamics of the city. The ceremony at the renovated Abbott mansion is set to be a grand spectacle, one that not only celebrates union but also sets the stage for revelations that could alter alliances and redefine loyalties. In this climactic setting, every guest, every whisper, and every clandestine conversation takes on a new significance. The mansion, now both a repository of history and a symbol of imminent change, stands ready to host an event that will leave its mark on the fabric of Genoa City. Whether it is the allure of modern ambition or the pull of time-honored tradition, the forces at play are both compelling and unpredictable. The road ahead as preparations continue and the storylines converge, one thing remains clear: the intricate dance of power, legacy, and personal ambition in The Young and the Restless is far from over. Martin Lawrence's self-assured return, the carefully guarded secrets of the Abbott family, and the symbolic transformation of their estate all point to a future that is as dark as it is luminous. Every decision, every conversation, and every carefully laid plot thread is a step toward an uncertain tomorrow, one where the past and the present collide in explosive fashion. For the audience, this is a moment of both reflection and anticipation. The familiar hallways of the Abbott mansion, with their unchanged grandeur, now echo with the promise of new beginnings and hidden dangers. Fans can take comfort in the timeless elements of the series, even as they brace themselves for twists that might challenge everything they thought they knew. In Genoa City, where every corner hides a secret and every gesture speaks volumes, the upcoming wedding is not just a celebration of love, it is a battleground for ambition, loyalty, and the unrelenting pursuit of power. And as the curtain rises on this next act, the world of The Young and the Restless prepares to witness yet another chapter in its legendary saga, a chapter where the weight of tradition meets the unyielding force of change, and where every character must choose between the comfort of the past and the promise of a dangerous, unpredictable future. In the dark corridors of Genoa City, where every secret is a ticking time bomb and every whispered promise hides a dagger, the story of Traci has long been one of heartbreaking vulnerability and relentless betrayal. For years, loyal viewers have followed her turbulent journey, a journey marked by hope, deception, and an unyielding desire for something better. Yet, the latest twists in her tale paint a picture that is as tragic as it is inevitable. A life deceived. It is profoundly sorrowful to witness how Traci, a character who has endured more than her fair share of heartbreak, finds herself ensnared in yet another web of deceit. Despite all she has suffered, she still believed in the possibility of redemption and true love. But the reality that unfolds is far from the dreams she once harbored. Traci's trust was betrayed by those she never expected would turn against her. Her pain is not just the result of physical torment, she has been deceived and tortured emotionally, a fate that seems to have been sealed long before these events began to unravel on screen. Longtime fans of The Young and the Restless know that Traci's story is one of unyielding resilience, a struggle for dignity amidst overwhelming cruelty. She deserved so much more than what fate has bestowed upon her. The carefully nurtured image of hope, the belief that love could prevail against all odds, is now marred by a series of events that seem to conspire against her happiness at every turn. The grim experiment. As if personal betrayal were not enough, a darker narrative looms over the horizon. One that involves a mad experiment and the machinations of an eccentric force. The audience is painfully aware that either Martin Laurent or his enigmatic identical twin, both equally devious and self-absorbed, have orchestrated a series of events that border on the grotesque. These men, whose very presence in Genoa City is a testament to their relentless pursuit of power, have taken their twisted experiments to a new level by kidnapping Sharon and Phyllis. This act of abduction is not merely a plot twist, it is an experiment in control and manipulation, a disturbing endeavor to test the boundaries of loyalty and despair. The fact that these actions have been carried out under the guise of some perverse research only deepens the sense of moral decay that permeates every corner of the story. To witness beloved characters, those who have long stood as pillars of strength in a world gone mad, reduced to mere pawns in an elaborate and cruel game, is a blow that resonates deeply with the audience. The despicable cousins and their vile deeds. No narrative of betrayal is complete without the presence of an unrepentant villain, a character so consumed by malice that every action they take seems calculated to inflict maximum pain. In this grim saga, the character known only as Cousins emerges as a symbol of utter depravity. His deliberate actions against Traci, Sharon, and Phyllis are nothing short of monstrous. Unlike the estranged and cold-hearted tactics employed by others, Cousins' misdeeds carry an added layer of intentional cruelty. His role in the unfolding drama is not a matter of strategic manipulation, it is the embodiment of a twisted desire to see those around him suffer. While Sharon and Phyllis, with all their scars, manage to eventually reject his toxic influence, Traci's heart remains tragically entangled. Despite the repeated betrayals and the continuous cycle of pain, Traci has clung to a misguided belief in this man. For her, the shock of realization, when it inevitably comes, will be shattering. The depth of her love, so pure yet so tragically misplaced, sets the stage for a long period of suffering, one that promises to redefine the very essence of her character. A glimmer of hope amid the darkness. In the midst of such overwhelming despair, one cannot help but hope that the future might yet hold brighter days for Traci. The writing team, long celebrated for their ability to weave complex and emotionally charged storylines, now faces a formidable challenge: to guide Traci out of the darkness that has consumed her, and to restore in her life the promise of love and redemption that she so desperately deserves. The unfolding narrative suggests that there is no realistic expectation for immediate resolution. The intricate, multi-layered plot, teeming with secrets, deceptions, and manipulative alliances, seems to trap its characters in an endless cycle of torment and retribution. Yet, even in the bleakest moments, the human spirit, as embodied by Traci's enduring hope, can serve as a beacon of light. It is this hope that fans cling to, even as they watch her struggle under the weight of betrayal and misguided affection. The weight of unmet promises. For viewers who have journeyed alongside Traci through every heartache and betrayal, the current state of affairs is a painful reminder of the capricious nature of fate in Genoa City. Each revelation, each new twist in her storyline, serves as a stark reminder that no matter how hard one fights, the forces of darkness and deceit can often seem insurmountable. Traci's repeated victimization is not just a narrative device. It is a commentary on the fragility of trust and the cruelty that can lurk beneath the surface of human relationships. The agony she endures is compounded by the fact that her suffering is not isolated. It is intertwined with the fates of those around her, Sharon and Phyllis, whose own stories of survival and resilience provide a counterpoint to Traci's torment. While they, in time, have learned to repudiate the toxic influences that have sought to destroy them, Traci's ongoing ordeal suggests that her journey toward healing will be long and fraught with even greater challenges. A call for redemption. As the storyline continues to evolve, one can only pray that the tides will eventually turn for Traci. The hope is that, in the midst of the chaos and despair, a moment of clarity will come, a moment when she realizes her own worth and breaks free from the chains of her past. The audience, with all its loyalty and love for this enduring character, silently implores the creative minds behind The Young and the Restless to craft a future that honors her struggles and ultimately leads her toward redemption. It is in the moments of the greatest suffering that the seeds of transformation are sown. Traci's journey, though marred by betrayal and prolonged agony, holds the potential for a powerful metamorphosis. If the narrative can steer her toward reclaiming her strength and recognizing that she deserves so much more than the pain inflicted upon her, then perhaps there is a chance for her to emerge not as a perpetual victim, but as a symbol of resilience and rebirth. The road ahead. In a world where trust is fleeting and loyalty is continuously tested, Traci's story stands as a stark reminder of the cost of misplaced love and the destructive nature of relentless deceit. The trials she faces are not merely elements of a dramatic plot. They are reflections of the darker aspects of human nature that can surface when ambition, power, and treachery collide. Yet, amid the shadows of torture and betrayal, the possibility of a new dawn persists. The hope remains that, one day, Traci will find the strength to break free from the toxic cycle that has defined her recent past. Until that day comes, the audience can only watch, heartbroken and hopeful, as her story unfolds, a tale of sorrow, endurance, and the ever-present promise of brighter days ahead. For all who have followed Traci's journey, her pain is a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. And while the path before her may be lined with obstacles and the scars of betrayal, the possibility of redemption, a future where she is valued and loved as she truly deserves, remains the ultimate aspiration. In the relentless saga of The Young and the Restless, Traci's future is a canvas yet to be painted, one that holds the promise of transformation, healing, and the hope that even in the darkest times, there is a chance for the light to shine through.